What is going on, guys? So, Boogie2988 has had a controversy between Frank Hassel, in which Frank turned up at his door, Boogie2988 fired a gun into the air, and it was absolutely spurgy and ridiculous. And MundaneMatt weighed into the fray, and MundaneMatt basically is the king of bad takes in regards to these type of scenarios, but in this regard, he actually didn't really do anything wrong. He was just questioning whether it was real or not, and his reasoning isn't awful. And this is just a quick clip of sort of his reasoning behind why he thought it might be fake.
I also want to go back to last night when he was posting that video on Twitter right after the interview, where he was like, you know, I'm going to end it. I'm going to end you. Come to my property. I'm going to take you out. And it was just this weird, like he goes, because one point he goes, I don't care if this ends what's left of my YouTube career. And I'm like, what kind of line is that? And I know he talks about his YouTube career all the time. And I've known Boogie for 6 years and I really like Boogie, which is why I don't want this to be fake, because I do know him and I do like him quite a bit. But when I think about the little lines of dialogue, the turns of phrase, the way things are put together, the way things are formatted, the way the story is being told, what is present versus what isn't present, all of these other things that go into it. And I just can't help but think to myself that something about this is fundamentally off.
I just want to say from the outset that I don't have a horse in this race. Obviously, I don't really like MundaneMatt. I've made quite a few videos on him in the past, so I'm not a MundaneMatt fan. And Boogie2988, I didn't really know much about him. After this exchange between MundaneMatt, I really don't like him. I honestly think he's quite a manipulative little bitch. So we're going to go through it, and yeah, we'll see exactly what happens.
All right, Boogie, is that you?
Yeah. Can you
Hey,
hear
what's
me?
up, man? Yeah. Listen, I don't know if you're paying attention or not. I'm
I
talking
am.
through.
Dude,
I'm talking
I am.
through this
I'm going to be
thing.
very short because I've had a very long day.
Yeah, I'm just talking it through, man.
No, you need to stop propagating that this is fake. You
Okay.
need to stop considering that idea. I do not think very little of you, but you must think very fucking little of me to think that I would fake something like this.
I'm not. It's not that I think little
Don't
of
even.
you.
You shouldn't even be talking about that, Matt.
So this is basically the premise of Boogie2988's argument, is that he is such a good person, he is so above everyone else, that to even question that he is telling the truth is just a crime against humanity. Boogie is basically a saint. He is just so much better than you that you cannot question his integrity whatsoever, or you're basically a bad human being. Even though on YouTube, people have fake shit all the time. There was obviously that prank sort of fiasco, I would say, in the end, in which, the prank channels were absolutely booming on YouTube. They get worse and worse. And if you question them, they would obviously say it's the truth. It's a ridiculous argument. MundaneMatt has done nothing wrong in this regard. And like I said, I'm not a MundaneMatt fan, but he really hasn't done anything wrong in this stream, and yet Boogie has taken it so personally, and as you'll see, he is just the definition of a little bitch.
You shouldn't even be talking about that. There's a 0% chance that I'm such a worthless piece of shit that I would fake something like this. There's a 0% chance that anyone I fucking know. I don't even think Onision would fake something like this.
Well,
okay, you must think so fucking little of me. You must think so fucking little of me. You must think so fucking little of me.
Boogie, I don't think little of you. I don't, not at all. That's
why
I like.
Accuse me. Do not.
I'm not accusing.
Like
but when I approach these subjects, when I approach them from multiple angles, I ask myself every available question that I possibly can.
Well,
I ask myself.
You're encouraging a lot of other people to think it's fake, and this is my fucking life.
Okay,
this is my fucking life.
Okay, I apologize.
Check the police blotter. Check the police blotter.
I did look at the police blotter.
Do you think the police are going to lie for me, Matt?
No, I don't know what the police. All I saw was that they responded to a call.
It says shooting, Matt. It says shooting.
And that's why I was asking.
There was a shooting.
Yes, and that's why I was asking if it was.
Because there was a shooting, Matt. It says shooting. You think the cops are going to lie for me, Matt? It says shooting because there was a fucking shooting.
I never said that there wasn't a shot fired. I didn't. I'm not disagreeing with that notion.
None of this is fake.
Okay.
This is my fucking life.
So as you hear, this is his fucking life, guys. So obviously you cannot ask questions whatsoever, or you are affecting Boogie's life. It's a ridiculous argument. Like I said, people have gone to jail for doing dumb shit on YouTube. It's YouTube. There was a prank channel in which they went into an art museum and acted like it was getting robbed. People do dumb shit on YouTube all the time. MundaneMatt is perfectly in his right to be like, hey, look, this is a little odd. This could be fake. He wasn't saying it was definitely fake. He was just questioning if it was real or not. And Boogie has come in, and this is just tame shit compared to what he actually does. He really, really is a manipulative little bitch, as you will see. And to be honest, MundaneMatt does, he does okay. For MundaneMatt, he does great. He didn't apologize for actually questioning it, thank God. But he apologizes for if he offended Boogie, which, come on, Matt, like, I know you like Boogie, but still, Boogie's being just a manipulative little bitch. So you don't really need to apologize to him for that.
That man is a sociopath. He came here to do me harm. I fired a gun in self-defense. That's the reality.
I know, I shouldn't cut it so quickly after I've previously talked. Boogie, you went on a stream with him and Keemstar, and you said, hey, come to my house so I can shoot you, basically. So, if he's this sociopath that's just such a terrible human being, maybe don't invite him to his house. And you can't invite him to your house, and then once he comes to your house, you like, oh, I'm in threat for my life. And also, I just want to get this clear. So, Boogie2988 was safe in his house. Frank wasn't actually threatening him in any way. He was at his door, wasn't trying to break in or any of that. Boogie2988 actually comes out with a gun, fires it into the air, which even I'm an Australian, so our gun laws are just absolutely ridiculous. I even realized that shooting a gun into the air is fucking retarded, as, it could, what goes up must come down, so it could actually hit someone. So if you're actually going to fire a warning shot, which I've spoken to quite a few people, they say not to do, you should shoot it into the ground. But yeah, you've done a lot of dumb shit at this point, Boogie, so you should have just sat in your house. If you really felt threatened, call the police. That's it. That's the end of the story. But anyway, I'll try not to cut in so much. It's just Boogie2988. I've watched this video before, obviously. I really don't like the guy, to be honest. He's just so manipulative. This whole, like, oh, I'm a victim. And then he goes into this whole, oh, I do my YouTube channel for the people. I'm just this amazing person, even though I make tons of money off it. It's fucking bullshit.
I don't know why the fuck you want to pretend it's fake. I don't know why the fuck you want to propagate the idea, but do not do that. This is my life.
I understand that. I get that.
This is my life.
But when we talk about,
I am a real person.
I know you are. I've met you multiple times.
I am a real person. This is my life.
I've met you multiple times.
I've had a
I know
very
this.
long day. And you invite me to this live stream. I click on the link to listen to it, and I have to listen to you accuse me of being such a low piece of shit that you think I would fake something like that. You shouldn't ask questions like this. Hey, do you fuck your own mother? That's a question I could ask.
No.
Do you molest children, Matt? That's a question I could ask.
No.
But I would never think so little of you.
I would never think so little of you.
So do not think so little of me to think that I would fake something like that. That is disgusting. That is disgusting.
Like I said, Boogie2988 basically thinks that he is completely above criticism because he's such an amazing human being that just to even question, which is like, your questions are retarded, because unless it's in regards to, MundaneMatt's mum basically put out an article saying, hey, I fucked one of my kids and she has multiple kids, and it's like, hey, MundaneMatt, did you fuck your mum? That would work. But MundaneMatt's not just randomly asking questions. It's in a scenario he thinks that has at least a chance of being fake. So there's no comparison whatsoever.
That is disgusting. You are disgusting. I can't believe that I have backed you so many times. I can't believe I have supported you so many times, and that you sit here and accuse me of faking something.
I'm
like
not.
this.
I was actually, what I was getting to was like, I was wondering if there was going to be a setup.
Were you not aware that I've been listening for the last 5 minutes?
And I'm sure you have been, but I also was asking a question earlier that the train of thought was like, okay, what I'm wondering here is, were you set up? Was there a play? Because the other players involved are involved in deep levels of trolling and manufacturing drama for a multitude of reasons. So when I look at the people that are involved, especially Keemstar being involved, and I know exactly what he's done to other people, and I'm wondering, were you played, or I'm wondering if you were involved, and you are denying that. So cool. I appreciate that. But when I'm talking about the being played aspect of it, there is something about this that, to me, as an objective based individual who views everything as much as I possibly can, that something about this feels off.
Well, here's
I don't know what it is.
Truth. Here's the objective fucking truth. Okay?
Okay.
3 months ago, this sociopath decided I was his new target so that he could gain clout by trying to destroy me and destroy my life.
Well, hey, Boogie, here's a little tip. If he's such a sociopath, you know, he's using you as basically a way to gain views, maybe don't invite him over to your house so you can shoot him. That's probably a good idea. I don't know much about Frank Hassel. All I know is from comments that I have read in different videos trying to learn about this situation. But, you know, if he's such a crazy guy, then maybe don't invite him over to your fucking house. Then he comes to your house, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm feeling absolutely, endangered, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't work like that, mate. That's the problem. You're probably going to get more fucked for this situation than he is, because you're the moron that drew a gun on him and then fired it into the air when you were perfectly safe in your house and could have just called the police. And I know a lot of people were like, oh, does Boogie live in a state that has stand your ground laws or not? Apparently he doesn't. Apparently he has, like a duty to retreat. And so you have been safe in your house and then walked out. So basically, you're fucked. And, you can't say he's this massive sociopath and then, taunt him and, say, oh, come to my house, man, so I can shoot you. I'll end you. Shit like that. It doesn't work, bud.
Okay? He apparently was posting on that shitty little subreddit and was reading that every day and believes that I must be a child molester, believes that I must be a liar, believes that I'm some sort of womanizer, believes that I abused my ex-wife, okay? And decided to make a
I don't believe any of those things.
Well, but he does. Clearly he does. That's what he said on Keemstar's podcast last night, okay? He believes that I got his YouTube channel shut down. He thinks I'm you.
I never got anyone's channel shut down.
No, you had videos taken down, which I would never do.
No videos had, I flagged them. Yes, videos went down. No.
Well, I never flagged his channel. I never fucking touched his channel. I have nothing to do with his channel, but he's convinced otherwise. So for weeks now, he's posted on his Twitter every day, there will be a reckoning. You will pay. I'm coming to you. And then Saturday night, he showed up in my hometown and took a photo on Dixon Street, 3.4 miles from my home, and tagged me in it and said, I'm here in your town, you fucking pussy. And I made it abundantly clear that if he came here, I would use self-defense as I'm entitled to do.
The problem is, Boogie, you invited him to come to your house. All this, oh, please come to my house so I can end you, that sort of shit. So you can't complain when he does what you ask him to do.
Because it's hard enough being me. It's hard enough that the internet is convinced that I'm a pedophile. It's hard enough that the internet convinced that I beat my ex-wife. It's hard enough that the internet's convinced that I womanize people and that I'm a drug addict and all of this other shit that you people propagate all the time. Okay, and I can't fucking. It's hard enough living that life. Okay, because none of that shit's true. If I was in here beating children and fucking hookers and stuff, then sure, I'd be glad to pay for this shit. But it's hard enough having to pay for something I haven't done. The last fucking thing I want to pay for is pieces of shit like you telling people that I'm faking this, that I'm a willing participant in something so
I didn't say
dire
that you faked
I am
anything.
A willing
I asked the
participant
question.
in something so fucking dire. Please don't ask questions like that. Have some fucking integrity.
Fuck off, Boogie. He actually has integrity by asking that question. I can't believe I have to defend MundaneMatt of all people, but he has done nothing wrong. And mate, Fucking sing me the song of your people, fucking asshole. What do you mean? A lot of people have issues, okay? Yeah, tons of people suffer from depression, have all this shit happening. And I'm sorry, but you say you have $250,000 in the bank, and then you say, oh no, I don't do YouTube for all the money that rakes in. I do YouTube for you, the people. I'm basically a fucking saint. Fuck off. Don't, like, seriously, I've done so many videos shitting on MundaneMatt, but for you to say, oh, have some integrity, don't ask that question, makes me think that you're just a fucking liar that's full of shit. What the fuck are you going on about, mate? I can't believe you're making me defend MundaneMatt. And honestly, so far, MundaneMatt's actually doing quite well, which is, you know, it's been over a year since I reviewed him, so it seems like maybe he's actually grown some balls, which is great. But fuck me.
No, because the thing is, if I
questions. Hey Matt, here's some questions that are absolutely not based in reality. Why do you rape babies? Well, I'm just exploring it, Matt. I'm just exploring you raping children.
The problem is, Boogie, is that he is watching a video of you and he's asking if it's fake. If there was, say, a bunch of babies being raped in MundaneMatt's general vicinity and that he was obviously a suspect in this scenario, then maybe it would work, even though it would be, do you rape babies, not why do you rape babies? So the comparison you're trying to make doesn't work whatsoever. But you're such a dumb cunt that you don't obviously realize that whatsoever, do you, mate?
Why? This is pretty fucking uncomfortable, isn't it?
No, because I'm waiting for you to finish, because I see what you're trying to do. I'm waiting for you to finish.
So when you accuse me of something so fucking vile, Matt, it feels pretty shitty.
But okay, and that's perfectly fine. And I'm glad, and I understand why you feel that way. And I'm glad you feel that way, to be honest with you. But then look at this again from an outside perspective. When you look at it from the way that the media is, in this particular regard, the one angle of which it was basically put out there, which is through Keem's video. That's the one place where people are going to be going and getting all the info. And the way that whole video segment that he put together is edited with music, with dramatic effect, the way that it's cut together, it's presented in a way that is highly produced. And usually and this is based upon my training, my schooling, and my life and livelihood when I lived in Los Angeles, was everything that's produced like that, there's something about it that is not real. So then my question becomes, what part of this?
And now let me show you my perspective, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm not from Hollywood. I don't do any of that shit. I don't know about any of the shit you're talking about. I thought you and I were friends.
Oh, we're friends, MundaneMatt. We're internet friends. How could you possibly doubt me? Because we're internet friends. Like I said, it's not like MundaneMatt's coming from absolutely no basis for his analysis and assumption that it's fake. You know, it's probably wrong in this regard. He's not saying it's definitely fake. MundaneMatt is the king of bad takes. But then to being like, oh, well, you're my friend, Matt. Oh, you're my internet friend. Oh my God. How can you possibly doubt me? It's just a ridiculous argument. Honestly, I came into this video thinking, yeah, it's probably not fake. After watching your full response to it, I honestly think there's a bigger chance that it is fake. Because you're such a manipulative little bitch about it, mate.
I've backed you every step of the fucking way.
And
I've literally never said a bad goddamn thing about you a single fucking time, because I thought we were friends. And I guess we're not, if you think so fucking little of me to think that I would be a willing participant in something so vile. I'm hurt more about that. I'm hurt more about that. Yes, you were, because I heard it. I heard it. You can't tell me you weren't. I'm hurt more about that. The fact that I have never made a joke at your expense that wasn't in the same room as you. The only time I've ever made a joke at your expense was when we were together, and I hugged you after I said it.
No, I know that, and I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. What I'm asking
Yes, you are. I listened to it, man.
I know, because I was saying...
You said that this is all fake, and in order for this to be fake, I would have to be a willing participant.
No, you wouldn't actually. You wouldn't actually, because there was other parts I was talking about as well.
The gun is real. I am real. I am real. The gun is real.
Fine.
You said why wouldn't I have released the gun footage? Because it's a criminal investigation, you dipshit.
Look, Boogie, you're not a saint. You're not a perfect human being. You're not the pinnacle of humanity. So if MundaneMatt questions if this is fake or not, you shouldn't get so butthurt about it. It's just, seriously, Boogie's type of arguing and personality really pisses me off because he acts like he's just like a king among men. And if you possibly question, you know, the awesome Boogie2988, then you're fucking retarded. Like, MundaneMatt is honestly coming across in this particular video was pretty good, to be honest. Like, he's holding his ground. He hasn't apologized too much yet, which I'm glad about. And Boogie's just coming across as a fucking cunt.
I wanted this out there because the point of putting this footage out there is to say you can't condone shit like this. The same way I don't condone you telling people you think I'm a willing participant in something so fucking vile, Matt.
I was asking
something
questions.
So
okay, fine.
Fucking vile.
I apologize for that because that wasn't my
There's no
intent.
apology for that, Matt. That's it. That's it.
That's
fine.
It.
There's no apology for that.
That's
There's
fine.
no apology for that. There's no. That's it. That's it. I think as little of you as I do any other person now.
That's fine. I'm totally okay with that because I'm not going to sit there and feel bad for asking questions about something that I don't have the full information.
How about you ask me? How about you ask me? We're friends. You asked me where I shot the gun. Why didn't you ask me if it was fake? I would have told you the truth.
So this video is going on longer than I thought it would be, so I'm not going to be able to cover as much as I actually wanted to. But this is a huge sort of argument of Boogie's, is that, why didn't you ask me, Matt? I would have told you the truth. Well, Boogie, back when the prank channels were all the rage, if I had a mate that did a prank channel and I asked him, he's obviously going to say it's the truth, even though obviously it's absolutely fake. Guess what? People fucking lie. If I ask a robber or a murderer or a rapist, hey, did you do that? They're obviously going to say, no, I didn't, Declan. Guess what? They could be fucking lying. So it's just such, and like I said, he really, really presses this point. Why didn't you ask me, Matt? Why didn't you ask me, Matt? Well, because you could fucking lie to me, Boogie. And you're a manipulative cunt, as we've seen through this video already. So I'm not really going to believe much of what you've actually said. Fuck me. I honestly, like, this whole... Boogie's basically got the victim mentality plus the savior complex plus he's a god. So you cannot question Boogie whatsoever. And like I said, it's probably not fake. It's probably did happen. Two spurgy YouTubers have an altercation and it, you know, erupts into retardedness. Happened many times on YouTube. Big whoop. But the way that Boogie responds to it is just, it's just terrible.
Why do you think I have zero fucking integrity? Why do you think I have zero
I don't think you have zero integrity.
Then why the fuck didn't you ask me? Boogie, why are you sitting here? Why are you sitting here on YouTube live in front of 100 people telling them that I'm a willing to participant in something so fucking violent?
I was asking questions because things about this don't seem right to me.
Well, let me ask some more questions. Does your wife peg you?
No.
Do you fuck your children?
No.
Well, I'm just asking the questions, whether or not you go to town on your fucking children every night. I'm sowing reasonable fucking doubt.
And this is what really, really pisses me off. Boogie, that example would only work if MundaneMatt children had been fucking raped and he was a reasonable suspect in it. And the question would be, did you rape your children? If you're just in a random conversation like, oh, hey, MundaneMatt, do you rape your kids? It doesn't work whatsoever. Like I said, MundaneMatt's reasoning isn't fantastic in regards to why he thinks it's fake, but at least he's got some sort of reasoning why. You can't just walk up to him and be like, hey, do you rape your kids, MundaneMatt? It doesn't work. Oh, well, I'm just asking questions. I'm just sowing reasonable doubt. Fuck, he's just such... I'm going to have to make this a two-parter because Keemstar comes in and then... Boogie keeps going and we're like nearly the 25-minute mark. So I also want to actually get MundaneMatt on my channel, which is I'm going to be doing a live stream called Blackcast, which I know so very creative. But anyway, it's just he does this so much more and I really want to cover it, but I know people aren't going to sit through an hour-long video. So we're going to be wrapping up part 1 very soon.
Oh, see, I get what you're trying to do.
Based on my training, you fuck your children. Based on my experiences, you fuck your children. That's
See,
horrible, Matt. That's horrible, Matt. That's horrible.
I get it. I get it, Boogie. I get it. All right. I understand it. I'm not out here trying to say you did anything.
Would you rather I have asked you in private whether or not you fucked your children before I said that on live stream?
No, I'd prefer you actually ask it in a public forum, because then it just, I'm fine with that, because guess what? The people that you sent that footage to earlier, they were out there last week trying to propagate me being a pedo. So like, you know what? Like, they do that shit regardless. Okay. Andy, Ralph, all those guys, they do that shit all the goddamn time. They try to run their mouth, try to say that I'm a pedo, try to get fucking CPS on me and shit for my kids. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry that happens.
So, you know, like,
well, I'm sorry that happens to you. Note, I have never said in a public forum that I think you're probably lying about that and you're actually fucking your kids.
Okay. Take a drink of water, dude. Take a drink of water.
And I never would. I never would.
I wouldn't.
I never would even think for a second you're fucking your children.
I wouldn't think you would either.
You would think that that I'm lying about what happened today, and I somehow got the cops to lie for me too.
No, no one would lie about it, but it becomes this. It becomes the difference between maybe a felony and a misdemeanor. Okay, so when I look at these situations as a whole, I always ask myself, what is the best for business? That's how I always look at things. That's how
being on your live stream best for my business, do you think? Or do you think me asking you do you think what I'm doing right now is best for my business? Do you think I give a fuck about my business? I give a fuck about my life, Matt.
I understand
I give a fuck about my life.
Anyway, this is going to be the end of part 1 because there's still quite a lot I've got to cover, and we're well over the 25-minute mark now. So just to respond to that, yes, it is Bookie, because basically your business is I'm a victim / I'm a saint, I'm the perfect human being. So you've obviously got to come across that, you know, you're above reproach. Actually, just even asking questions is, you know, a sin against the Church of Boogie, that sort of shit. So yeah, it is good for business for you. You obviously want to keep coming across as perpetual victim / you know, perfect human being. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm going to be trying to get MundaneMatt on a live stream just to chat about this, as like I said, I'm really not a fan of MundaneMatt, but I actually think I have watched this entire section of him versus Boogie, and it's probably one of the best interactions I've seen Matt with someone else in a very long time. So I would really like to chat with him. I think he's got me blocked on Twitter, so if you guys could just tweet at him basically asking to unblock me on Twitter, I'd really appreciate it. But anyway, guys, got a couple more videos coming out, which will be around the same time. One's about South Park. The other one's just about sort of why I've been gone and the sort of channel going forward. So yeah, check those out. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.